Hello friends, I'm really sorry for being late today. There was some technical issues, that's why I couldn't start on time. I hope everything is fine now. If there is any issues with the audio or video, please tell me. Sorry again, because of the technical issues, the class couldn't start on time. Today we're going to do the mapping of South America. As you already know, this is a mapping series and we are already done the African part. We are done with this continent. We have learned about the physical and the political map of Africa as well. Now today what we are going to do is South America. This will be our today's target. I hope everything is fine now. All is working well. If you have any issues, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so let's begin. And I'll tell you, I've got some MCQs for you as well that we'll be doing at the end of the lecture, once we're done with the lecture. Now, this is the continent that we're going to deal with next, that is South America. If you look at the continent, you will find it is surrounded by Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is on the east side and the northeast side of the South American continent. And yes, Zainab, all okay. There was some technical issues. That's why the class couldn't start on time. Thanks for waiting. Thank you very much. Good to see you too here. Now we'll start with the mapping. Atlantic Ocean lies on the eastern side of the South America and Pacific Ocean is on the west side. So this is our continent that we're going to deal with, and this is the North America. So let us start. These are the questions that we'll be discussing at the end of the class. Now, South America is all the more important because, hi Nishita, because of widespread drought that is right now going on in this place. As you know, a very important place as the Amazon forests that are there in the South American continent, and this place, the Amazon forests are degrading day by day. Desertification is taking place in this region. That is why we should have a good knowledge of this continent as well. So let us start with the mapping, that is the physical map, political mapping. This is the map of South America. If you look at the map, you will see there's a these are the countries. There are not many countries like there were in Africa, and you have to remember or memorize a lot of things. You will find a very few countries here, and these are the countries that we're going to deal one by one, starting with the first country. This is our first country, that is French Guiana. Let me just hold on a second. This is the country that we're starting from. You should have the idea or the context of what we are studying. This is the country that we are going to take first, that is French Guiana. Hello, hi Hania. The capital is Cayenne. The name of the capital is Cayenne. So one very important thing that you have to remember here is Kourou. Why is it so important, Kourou? Because it is a launch station of France. The France launches, or the Europe launches its satellites and rockets from this in the French Guiana, and the name is Kourou. Very important. What is the name of this place? Kourou. It's the launch station of the European Space Agency and the French Space Agency. Now, it is again very important because of a recent news. As you can see here, Europe's Ariane 6 rocket that was launched from this very place, that is Kourou. Again, you can get this question in science and technology, and you know the Ariane series is very important for Europe. You can tell me why that is important. That is a part of science and technology again, and Ariane 6 was launched from this place, from Kourou in the French Guiana. So are we clear why this is important? So first important thing that you need to know about this place, French Guiana, is the place called Kourou, and the capital is Cayenne. Because this has been in news, so you can get a question from this. Coming to the next, that is Suriname. Nothing much that you need to know about it. Just remember the capital if you can, Paramaribo. Now, why is it important? Because it is touching French Guiana on the west side. Now, because French Guiana will be in news every now and then because of the launching of satellites and various rockets, that is why this might as well be asked to you, what is the capital? That's Paramaribo. This is about Suriname. Going to the next country, that is Guyana. Guyana lies to the west of Suriname, and the capital is Georgetown. The capital of Guyana is Georgetown. Clear? Is there something important about Guyana? Yes. If you look at the news, hear me out. This was a campaign that was done by UNICEF in Guyana to understand the mental issues of the people of Guyana, to help them realize that they can be heard out. Hear me out is a slogan. You can be asked in the exam. This is a news this year from 15th of October 2024, where it was asked, where you can see the Hear Me Out campaign was there in Guyana. So that is why Guyana is also important, because of this campaign. As you already know, the mental issue has become a very big issue nowadays in the global market. As you know about the depression and other things like the Alzheimer's issue, that is all related to the mental health. That is why this is again very important. Hear Me Out was in, if you get asked about Hear Me Out, where is it? It's in Guyana. Now, this is the map. If you have not realized where we are studying, then this is the French Guyana, then you will have Suriname, and then here is Guyana. Now we'll go to this country. If you look at this country, this is a V-shaped country. Now we are going towards this V-shaped country. That is Venezuela. This is Venezuela, the V-shaped country. V for Venezuela. I hope you understand. V is for Venezuela. If you're not able to identify this, this is the map of South America, and this is your V-shaped country. That is Venezuela. It is located in South America. Something important about this is, first, the capital, that is Caracas. And very important, this country Venezuela holds the highest reserves of oil. Okay, there is the highest reserves of oil in Venezuela, and there is a lake called Lake Maracaibo. It's very important, and very important, one more thing is the Maracaibo port. It facilitates the oil trade in the country. So Venezuela again becomes very important because of its oil reserves, highest oil reserves. You might get confused here because of the Middle East, like they dominate the oil fields and other things. But again, the highest oil reserves you will find only in the Venezuela. And the port associated that is more important is the Maracaibo port on Maracaibo, Lake Maracaibo. It is very important because of these oil trades that is done. And don't forget, what you're reading is Caribbean Sea is on its north, or you can say the Atlantic Ocean is on that side. Is it clear about Venezuela? There is one important river, that's their river Orinoco, that we will learn about when we're doing the physical geography. Now, question to you guys, you can answer me in the comments. There is a very famous waterfall, in fact the highest waterfall in the world, that's on this river, Orinoco River. You tell me in the comments what's the name of that waterfall. Okay, so that is about Venezuela. Now, this again is very important regarding Venezuela, because the last glacier in Venezuela is done with, that's gone. Okay, this is the news, that is Venezuela, first nation to lose all of its glaciers. So this is very important as far as the environmental science is concerned. This might as well come as a question, that which country has lost all of its glaciers. So the name is Venezuela. Venezuela has lost all of its glaciers. Again, the reason why you should know about Venezuela, it's in news. Okay, going to the next country, that is Colombia. Colombia lies to the west side of Venezuela, but this country has one importance, that it touches the Pacific on one side and it has Caribbean Sea on the other side and Atlantic. Okay, now one important thing is that this is the first country. Up until now, all the countries that we have learned about, they do not touch the Pacific. Okay, if you look at this map, this is Colombia, and this is the first country that is touching the Pacific Ocean. Clear? Zainab, it's Angel Falls. No problems, it's Angel Falls. So this is Colombia, and it touches Pacific on the one side, and then it has Caribbean Sea on the other side. That is very important. And one more thing that you need to know about is the capital, that is Bogota. Clear? Now, coming to Ecuador, again very important because equator passes through it, and that is the capital of this is Quito. That's all you need to know about this. See, there are some countries that you don't have to remember much of the things about. Ecuador is one such country where you will find Kyoto. That is the capital of Ecuador. Don't get confused between this. This is different. You might have heard of this Kyoto. That is different. That's in Japan. This Kyoto is different. This is Quito. So don't get confused between the two. Okay, Zainab. Coming to Peru, that is again very important, and one important thing that I would like to tell you here is that the equator does not pass through Peru. In some maps you might find it touching the equator, but there is a gap. If you look at this place, there is a gap between Peru and equator. Okay, and when we look at this, there are some places where you will find the equator touching the Peru, but this is because of the territorial disputes between these two countries that shows that the equator might pass through it. But that's not the case. This is the more standard map where it shows that equator does not pass through Peru. Talking about the capital of Peru, that is Lima. Again, very important, and one important place that is here is the Nazca. Why is Nazca important? Because a plate is named as the Nazca plate. Okay, that is why this place is important. If you get asked about the Nazca plates, I've already taught you about the plates and the plate tectonics in the physical geography, and this Nazca is a place, and we have a plate named as Nazca plate. Very important, and it is located around this region. So this is the place where you will find Nazca or the Nazca, and you will find phosphorus in these regions as well. Why? Because of the bird droppings. So this region is also rich in phosphorus as well. So up until now, I hope you understood and you know where we are learning things. If you look at this map of South America, we started from here, then this country, Venezuela. These are the countries that we're done with. I hope you know every country that we have studied up until now. So if this is French Guinea, I hope you know about all these countries. Your Suriname, Guyana, then we have Venezuela as the V-shaped country again. Then the country that touches Pacific, and then the Caribbean Sea on the other side as well. That country is Colombia. Then this country from which the equator passes, the name is Ecuador, again Ecuador, and this country is called as Peru. Is it clear? One thing I forgot to mention about Ecuador is that the islands that are a part of these, if you look at this, this is what I skipped. The Galapagos Islands form a part of Ecuador. So they are under Ecuador. Galapagos Islands are under Ecuador. Okay, clear about now? So should we move towards the southern side? If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments. Now, we are done with these countries. So now look at the shape of this country. Very long. It's a very long country that we're going to study next. And one important thing, if you look at the shape of this country, it resembles the chili. You know the chili that we eat? It resembles the shape of a chili. That is why the name of this country is also Chile. This is the Chile that we're talking about now. Because it's very long, it could not fit in one frame. That is why I got it in parts for you guys. And some of the very important places that you need to know in Chile. First is Arica, number 1. Very important. Arica is very important because it is the driest place. It is the driest place. Why is it important? Why is it that important? And why is this the driest place? Instead of the fact that it's along the coast, if you look at this side, you will find the Pacific Ocean. But then again, Arica is the driest place. Why is it so? Because of the cold oceanic currents that are present here. You will find a specific type of cold current, that is the Humboldt current. The Humboldt current is located in these areas. That is why you will find the driest place. That is actually the driest non-polar region. That is Arica. You will find it here. Number 1, you have to remember that is Arica. Number 2, that is very important, is Chuquicamata. Chuquicamata, again very important because of its copper reserves. That is located along the Chile-Bolivia border. Remember the name, Chuquicamata, very important. And then you have its capital, that is, where is the capital? Santiago. Okay, clear? Santiago. Santiago is here located as the capital. This is again very important, and then you have some other places as well that we will learn when we do the physical mapping of this continent. I hope you understood the 3 important places here. First is Arica, second one is Chuquicamata, and the capital is Santiago. This is about Chile, the longest country in South America. Again, I have got something very important for you, that is Puerto Williams. If you look at this, this is the southernmost part of the South American continent, that is Puerto Williams. Why is it important? Because this has been upgraded to a city. Porto Williams has been upgraded to ST, and that is why this is the southernmost city of the world. Getting it? It is the southernmost city of the world. So Porto Williams is the southernmost city. Remember, it is the southernmost city of the world. That is in the Chile and in the Navarino Islands. Okay. Now going forward, we go to Bolivia. Again, very important thing is that the capital is La Paz. One thing that you need to know about Bolivia is that La Paz, or its capital, is the world's highest capital. La Paz is the world's highest capital. Remember, if you get asked about the world's highest capital, the answer is La Paz. Clear? And you will find a lake here as well, that is Lake Titicaca. Again, the highest navigable lake in the world. Lake Titicaca is the highest navigable lake in the world. Important thing, if you look at this map here, what do you get out of this map is you will see the land masses on all the sides of the Bolivia. That is why Bolivia is the landlocked country. Is it clear? Bolivia is the landlocked country. That is, it does not have access to oceans. That is about Bolivia, and the highest capital, La Paz, is located in this. And there is a place called Salar de Uyuni that is rich in lithium deposits. Very important, rich in lithium deposits. You have to remember the name of 3 countries. Bolivia is one, Chile is second, and we'll be studying the third one as well. So these are the 2 countries that are very rich in lithium resources. Now, going to other country, that's Paraguay. Again, you have to know this. If you look at the Paraguay here, again, it is surrounded by land masses on all the sides. So this is again a landlocked country. Paraguay is a landlocked country, and the capital is Asuncion. Clear? This is about Paraguay. So up until now, we are dealing with 2 landlocked countries. Number 1, that is Paraguay, and second one is Bolivia. So these are the 2 countries in South America that are landlocked. Okay. Going to another country, that's Uruguay. Again, Uruguay, don't get confused between Paraguay and Uruguay. Uruguay is not a landlocked country, and the capital is Montevideo. That's it. The capital is Montevideo, and it's not a landlocked country. Paraguay, P is landlocked, but U is not landlocked. Clear? Then comes a very huge country, that's Argentina. Not the largest country, but a very large country that is located in South America is Argentina, and the capital is Buenos Aires. The capital of Argentina is Buenos Aires, and there are some important things that you need to know about Argentina. Number 1, you will find a very famous grassland, that is Pampas. It is located in Argentina. And very important, this is also rich in lithium deposits. Lithium deposits. So Argentina is also rich in lithium deposits. Now, let us rewind a bit, and I told you about 3 countries: Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. I told you about these 3 countries, that these 3 countries are very rich in lithium deposits, right? So these 3 countries are called the lithium triangle. They supply more than 50% of the global lithium. Is it clear? More than 50% of the global lithium comes from these 3 countries alone. That is Argentina, Bolivia, and Chile. A, B, C. If you have any confusion remembering the name, you can just remember A, B, and C. Clear? Now comes the largest country of South America, that is Brazil. The capital of Brazil is Brasilia. Don't get confused between Brasilia and some other thing like Rio de Janeiro. No, Rio is not the capital. Most of us get confused if we are asked the question, what is the capital of Brazil? The capital of, yes, Zanab, Cab. That's right. You can say Cab as well. So the capital of Brazil is Brasilia. Again, very important, not Rio. And some of the important places that you need to know about this is, see, the line that is passing through here is Tropic of Capricorn. And remember, taking the Tropic of Capricorn as the reference, you will see Rio is located on the northern side of the Tropic of Capricorn, it is a port, very important port. And because Brazil is a rich producer of coffee, this region is very rich producer of coffee. If you see here, Sao Paulo, this region that I'm marking, Sao Paulo is a good place for coffee plantation. There is very high coffee plantation, and the output of Sao Paulo is Santos. So the outpost port of Sao Paulo is Santos. If you have any confusion, you can ask me in the comments. Don't get confused between the ports. Rio de Janeiro is in the north and Santos is in the south of Tropic of Capricorn, and is an output of Sao Paulo, the coffee production. And that is about Brazil. Then there is one more important thing about Brazil, that is the iron resources. This region, Carajás region, has rich iron ores, that is again in the Brazil. So that is about Brazil. So these are some of the brief things that you need to know about Brazil. Largest country of South America. Sao Paulo is rich in the coffee production, and then you have Rio de Janeiro, port facilities, and again Santos, that I told you about these things. So that is very important, because you have to remember about Brazil. As you know, in 2024 there is a G20 meeting that is going to be held in Brazil. As you already know about the last year's G20 meeting that was held in India. So after that, the meeting is going to be held in Brazil. So G20 meeting is going to be held in Brazil. So you should know about the things that are there in Brazil, the natural resources and many other things, and also the countries surrounding Brazil. Very important, the countries that surround Brazil or that share border with Brazil. It is very important, and you will see only 2 countries in entire South America that don't share border with Brazil. You tell me the answer in the comments. I'll wait for your answer. There are just 2 countries that do not share border with Brazil. Okay, so you tell me in the comments what is the name of the 2 countries. So this is a news, if you have not read the news, that Russia's President Putin has decided not to attend the G20 because of some reasons. So you can go through the article. It's an article of Al Jazeera, and many other articles are there. That's about the news from Brazil. And tell me in the comments that I have asked you. Now this is the map, and if you look at this, this is the equator. If you look at the map of South America now, you will be easily able to answer the countries through which equator is passing. That is the main aim of doing the political mapping, that when these types of questions are asked in the exam, you should be able to answer without, you don't have to remember the name of every country like the equator passes through. You just have to have a hold of the map so that you can easily answer these types of questions. So what do you think the countries are? This is Ecuador, Colombia, Colombia and Ecuador. Zainab, Ecuador is correct, but Colombia, review it once. Colombia is not, some other country. If you look, this is Colombia and this is Brazil. So it is touching, the borders are touching. Okay. So have a look at your notes once again and tell me the correct answer. Ecuador is correct. The equator is passing through Ecuador, then through Colombia, and then through Brazil. So these are the countries through which the equator is passing. This is very important again here, because you might get confused with Peru. As I told you, due to the territorial disputes, you can get confused, but it is not passing through Peru. There is a gap of around 15 kilometers to 20 kilometers between the equator and Peru. So that is about equator. Then talking of Tropic of Capricorn, you can easily name the countries through which the Tropic of Capricorn is passing. This, as I told you, the longest country, that is Chile. It's passing through Chile, number 1. Right, Zainab, it's Chile. Good, good, that's good. It is Chile, then going through Paraguay and then through Brazil. So these are the countries through which Tropic of the Capricorn passes. So if you have the hold on the map, so you don't have to memorize through which countries they pass. You can look at the map and easily tell through the name of the countries through which the equator will pass, through which the Tropic of Capricorn will pass, and all these things. I hope that you have understood about the mapping of this. And now we're going to, this is the map. If you want to do the revision, just take a map like this, then you can name all these places. If you have anything, what is the name of this country? Please tell me. Where I placed A. Seeing A, please tell me in the comments quickly what is the name of this country, so that I'm not going to ask you too many questions. I'll be keeping it very brief. So if you have anything, any confusion, you can tell me in the comments. After that, I've got a couple of questions for you. I think 3 questions for you. Just tell me quickly what's the name of this country where I've written A in the comments. What is the name of this country? Tell me in the comments quickly what is the name of this country. Okay? I'm waiting for your answer. These are some of the questions that I've got for you. This is question number 1. Which of the following is a landlocked country? Tell me in the comments which of the following is the landlocked country. And second question, lithium triangle includes which 3 countries? These are very basic questions. Bolivia, Zainab, you are right. That's a good answer. These are 2 questions. Please answer me in the comments. Question number 1. Which of the following is a landlocked country? Ecuador, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Suriname. And then we have another, that is lithium triangle includes which 3 countries? These are 2 questions. Zainab, Paraguay, correct. Good. Very good. And the lithium triangle includes which of the 3 countries? Can answer me. C. Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. Correct. That's your CAB that you just mentioned. The answer is CAB. You're right. Very good. And that's the last question of the day. Which of the following countries has the highest oil reserves? This is the last question. Highest oil reserves. I mentioned it there. Angel Falls. The country has also Angel Falls as well. And Port Maracaibo as well. So this is very easy now. Now you guys can answer it. Highest oil reserves. Argentina is not the country with the highest oil reserves. Go through your notes once again and retry. Definitely not Argentina. I've given you 2 hints as well. The highest waterfall, Angel Falls, and Port Maracaibo as well. It's Venezuela. Okay? Where I was talking about the melting of the glacier, the last glacier had melted already. So Venezuela is the answer to that. The highest oil reserves are in Venezuela. No problems. It's good that you're trying. It's very good. So that is all about today's lecture. I hope you liked today's lecture. If you have any questions, anything, please ask me. Let's wait for another 30 seconds. If you have any questions, I'll take the questions. And it's very good that you are answering the questions as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm taking some questions. And anything, if you have any issues regarding geography, please tell me. Anything regarding geography, you can ask me. I'll answer you for sure. And we'll be bringing an MCQ series as well. So be ready for that. We'll be doing MCQs. So that is all, I think, all good. So if you're preparing for UPSC, then there's a great offer for you for just 24,999 rupees at an academy where you will get all the courses. If you want to study in English or Hindi or bilingual, you will get all the courses, and there is a civil services championship test. You all should attempt it. You will get a good practice. And okay, Zainab, for sure. if you want to practice, just go for it. You will get very good questions if you're preparing for any exam. It can be state civil services or anything. Just go through the test to check yourself from time to time. Okay, hi Sharmi. So do appear in the test as well, and if you do good, then obviously you are going to get a scholarship as well, and you will get the courses in Hindi, English, bilingual, all the courses. So that is all from my side. Thank you very much. See you next time. Okay Sharmi, thank you Sharmi. Okay, bye bye, see you.